This is the Trade Machine Podcast. My name is Alex Sons. I'm here with my little brother Hunter. Hunter, what's going on?
What's up?
And Rich. Rich, how you doing, man?
Good. I'm excited about today.
Oh man, and we are Hunter. What does that look, bro? What are you doing?
I'm looking at my screen. My camera's just right under it. I'm looking right here, right under my camera.
We've had a couple clips get some comments. He's trying to look sexy for TikTok. I think is what it is.
I'm looking at my screen, Alex. Okay.
Do you think, Hunter?
I'm just gonna turn the camera off.
I think it is. And Hunter showed up in his Cavs jersey, and one of the reasons is
Which one?
not only because he's a unreasonable Cavs fan, but because today we're going back to 2016 in our decade later series, and we're going over one of the coolest basketball moments any of us have ever seen, and that is Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals. LeBron comes back from down 3-1. You've got the block. You've got Draymond has the game of his life. Kyrie makes the shot. Kevin Love makes the stop. There's so much in this game. So rewatching it was a lot of fun. I'm excited to dive into it. But before we start, Hunter, I would say this is the game that made you a Cavs fan. Is that correct to say? Is that a correct assumption?
No.
Then what made you a Cavs fan?
I was like 7. LeBron went to the Cavs. I just stayed a Cavs fan because I like Kyrie more after watching the games.
Oh, so you were already on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. But this solidified it. Do you remember anything from this game? Not from your rewatch we just did. Do you remember anything from this game? You were 9 years old.
Yes. What
do you remember? What do you remember being a 9-year-old watching this game?
I don't know if exactly that moment, but obviously I remember the 2 big plays. That's mainly it though. So
I'm about to say, you seem kind of confrontational right now. Do we need to talk?
I just feel like you're trying to start something.
No, I'm
Ding.
trying to have a podcast. I'm trying to have a podcast conversation. And Hunter's he's just on edge.
'Cause I can just feel that you're going to say something soon.
No, I'm not going to say nothing. So Hunter was 9 years old when he watched this game. I was a bad brother. I was not home with Hunter because Rich and I were at a friend's house, and I remember we're in his basement, and I'll never forget the block. It was the most insane thing that I've ever seen. Rich, what do you remember about the night?
I mean, obviously being, we were over cool ass basement too. That was one of my dream basement kind of thing. But as far as just how the night went, I remember that moment because the game was already good. The whole game was neck and neck, and then we get the block, and it's like, bro, this is kind of like LeBron solidifying his greatness because he's always been known for his chase down blocks, and to have that one, probably the biggest one of his career, in that moment, Game 7, it was just an amazing game to watch live, bro. You had to be there.
Think that's the first thing you got to talk about. You had to be there too, because that's even what I was thinking. Is when I was rewatching this, and I want us to start with the block because it is the most iconic play of one of the most iconic players' careers. The first thing you think about when you think LeBron is, personally, I think about the block. If you were to ask me the most important moments of his career. And I was rewatching it today, and when you're just in a room and you rewatch it, Mark Jackson and the announcers, they lose their mind for a second, it's blocked by James, and it's crazy. I've heard that audio so many times in my head.
Yeah.
That even from the rebound to the fast break, I've heard it all so many times. It was like rewatching a movie. Everything felt like it was in slow motion, but in the moment, everyone erupted in whatever room you were in. But rewatching it, they're in Golden State, and so the announcers blow up, but the stadium is silent.
Mm-hmm. It was so crazy. You see that when they play it back in slow mo, you see Iguodala going up for the layup, and everybody's cheering, and you see LeBron because slow mo is not you get those real time reactions of when people realize what just happened, and it was funny to see. Like for me, it was just watching everybody's reaction change so fast.
I think that's the thing that's the weirdest about it. It almost makes it a little bit better watching it back.
Yeah.
Because if that would happen in Cleveland, it would have just exploded.
Mm-hmm.
But now you get to see, like, he completely silenced that crowd. It was, like, kind of awkward. The announcers didn't even really know what to say afterwards. Like, they
Brian didn't know what to do. He kind of just stood there for a minute.
I know. It was like, I wouldn't either. It was just an insane play. The game is tied 89-89 with, like, I think less than 2 minutes to go at that point. Or right around 2 minutes and change. And that would have completely swung the game. Like, you have Steph Curry out ahead. It was just a completely different game. LeBron hits the block. It was special. But I want to ask Hunter. Do you think the block is the most impressive play in this game? Or as a Cavs fan, which one do you lean towards? Because, you got the three. You got the block, right? You have the shot from Kyrie. And then the most underrated.
It's not. Stop. It's not really part of the other two, but
watching it back though,
it's crazy, but no one thinks about it when they're thinking most iconic. That was going to be my question. What do you think's more iconic between
That's my
the
question
two?
to you.
I'm going with the shot. I want
you to explain the three real quick, and then tell me what's more about why the shot is the most iconic to you.
Maybe it's because I'm a Kyrie fan, but it just kind of iced the game. 1-on-1, one of the best players, and he just ended it on not that smart of a shot either.
Yeah, so I mean, you have the block. LeBron gets a chase down block on Iguodala, 89-89. They have a couple bad misses. Each team does. Like, this was a defensive, like, slugfest. And then Kyrie gets Steph on a switch on the right wing and just hits this insane shot to ice the game. Essentially, it was the closest thing to a game when you had LeBron had to hit a free throw so they would be up by 4 instead of 3, but still. And then a couple plays later, Kevin Love gets switched onto Steph, and
somehow stays with him.
Automatic bucket for Steph, and it looks terrible, but Kevin Love stays in front of Steph the entire time. So you have.
I mean, he's 6'11" and he stayed with him, so.
Yeah, it's extremely impressive. That's why I'm saying it's more impressive when I look back now. The block by James, the shot by Kyrie, and the stop. It's like Cleveland legend right there. So you think the shot is the most iconic to you personally?
Yeah, I'm a Kyrie fan, so might be a little bit biased with thinking that, but
not
it. What do you think about vaccines, Hunter?
What?
I'm just gauging the level of Kyrie fandom.
I'm not that much of a Kyrie fan.
Oh, okay. That's all I was.
I just like his basketball.
That's all I was trying to.
I don't pay attention to the off-court stuff, just the basketball.
Yeah,
Amen.
Rich, what do you? How about you? The block, the shot, the stop. What's most iconic to you when you think back about this game?
It's hard, bro. It's hard for me to separate the two because you think about, does that shot happen without the block? Maybe Kyrie. I mean, Kyrie's clutch. He's just an amazing player, but it's like I'm a big fan of sequences, bro. Like stuff leading to like. Obviously, nobody's going to forget about the block. Nobody's going to forget about the shot. But you think like the two just are so important for each other. Like the block leading to that shot, I think is. I personally love defense, so I'll probably pick the block just because without that, it's like, do you even have the momentum? Not that Kyrie needs a confidence boost, but for Kyrie to even have the confidence to shoot that shot fading away from 3. I mean, it's over Steph. You don't got the best defender on you, but in that moment, I feel like it's just
sidestep.
Yeah, I'm like leading
like that fading away.
A fadeaway 3, no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. But
shot to take.
I'm not. I honestly like. But if I had to pick one, just for the sake of the conversation, if I had to pick one, I'm going to block.
The block is iconic. It's one of the 2 greatest players of all times, greatest play of all time. So you kind of got to pick it. But Kyrie, like rewatching this game, bro. I miss watching Kyrie on the Cavs so much, bro. He was so saucy, like the way, like his just finishing ability and the way he kind of just controls the floor.
You get him in isolation with anybody, it's like Kyrie's about to get a bucket. He's scoring on anybody. It was one play where I can't remember if he got the foul or not, but he's coming down the court on a fast break. Steph just turned the ball over. He's coming down the court. Draymond, their best defender, is in the paint. He kind of draws that contact and finishes with his left, like a left hook right over Draymond's hand, bro. It's just Kyrie was cooking, bro. So, I mean,
yeah, it's insane.
There's no argument that who was more important to that team. Like without Kyrie and Bron, the Cavs aren't the Cavs. They don't have those moments. But yeah, I lean towards the block just because defense wins championships, bro.
And I mean, the block is what changed the entire tenor of the game because it gave the Cavs momentum when it felt like neither team really had momentum. That was either the Warriors were going to have the momentum of a fast break, or the Cavs, and somehow LeBron turned that into momentum for the Cavs. Watching the shot is always a little uncomfortable for me because when I think about it in my head, there's nobody on the court but Steph and Kyrie.
Thanks.
And it's kind of like what everybody else on the court was watching. Like, nobody was moving at that point. Nobody expected the ball. The second Kyrie got Steph on the wing, it was like just those two guys in the entire arena, and it's like, watch Kyrie cook. And we've seen Kyrie do it over and over again, but young Kyrie was different, dude.
Different, bro. I love Kyrie.
He's so explosive because he's still he's one of the most skilled players ever. And he is a 3-level threat. Probably the best under the rim finisher ever. That's one of the way people describe it.
And D Rose,
he's so crafty around the rim. Yeah, well, D Rose is more over the rim though. That's what I'm saying. But like Kyrie, just with the layup package, and like he wasn't like an explosive finisher at the rim, but the shot was special, man. And then Kyrie had to go to the Celtics and make me hate him for a couple years. But we're cool now. I forgive Kyrie.
Like, you're talking like you know him. We're cool now. What?
We're cool now, man. I forgive him. I hope he does well. I'm kind of beating the drum for the Mavericks. The more that we get closer to the season, I'm going to say some irresponsible things about the Mavericks. But young Kyrie,
you've been hinting at this every single episode.
Oh, I don't think you could see it. There's a spider. It's just like, is it going to work?
Where are you going? Where are you going?
No!
Look at it. It's just dangling.
Oh, no.
That's insane.
You want to be in the pod.
Okay.
Really don't let King see it.
Could we put featuring spider in the title?
100%. 100%. Now, what am I going to
guest.
Get away with?
Guest star.
First guest.
Okay. Did he go? Is he gone? I don't know where he went. That's cool. All right. Anyway, I'm not cutting any of that out. That was sick.
It's going to bite you later.
So, the end of the game was iconic, but I want to go back to the beginning of the game, and I've got just a couple things that I want us to break down from what turned out to be just an iconic matchup, the Warriors and the Cavs. All right, we got them how many straight years? 4 straight years in the finals?
4.
Yeah, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And
3 of them
Warriors
didn't happen.
win 19. 3 of them did happen. Very much happened.
Hey, that one where Kyrie and Kevin Love was out, I
ever,
don't count that one. There's got an asterisk. When Delly was guarding Steph, nah, that didn't happen.
Yeah. Kelly Olynyk broke Kevin Love. I feel bad about that.
Still don't like him.
It was really dirty. It's cool, though. It's cool, man. It happened. It happened. We move on. Anyway, I got a couple things I want us to talk through. The first thing that popped into my head watching this game was we had a couple just iconic offensive defensive matchups. And Draymond and LeBron, right? The game immediately starts. Draymond, who I want us to talk about in a second, because I think this is his greatest career game, and I want to break that down a little bit. He was insane this game. But you have Draymond guarding LeBron, and then you have Klay guarding Kyrie, which for me, when I think of like matchups, offensive and defensively, Klay guarding Kyrie is like the poster child of like, this was always a dogfight between the two of them. And it made me think, do we have any matchups really on that kind of level from a defensive player and an offensive player in the NBA right now?
That's a good question. I can't think.
I think people wanted like Rudy Gobert and Jokic to be that. It wasn't that. Jokic just bodies Rudy Gobert.
Rudy, it disappoints me a lot. But man,
Hunter, is anybody come to mind for you?
No, I'm trying. I'm thinking.
See, because I'm trying to think.
I was trying to think of one with like maybe Luka in the Celtics series, but couldn't think of anyone.
But there wasn't ever. It was Jaylen Brown, but like that was just one series.
Yeah.
And it was awesome for that series. But like we had real, like rivalries in that sense. Where it's like Draymond's gonna guard Kawhi, Draymond versus KD for those couple years, Draymond versus LeBron, and then Clay and Kyrie was the best one.
I'm just trying to think of something else that
You
was.
get the Wemby Jokic.
That would be
That's
amazing.
what I'm thinking. What'd you say? You like Wemby and Jokic?
Just wait.
See, that was the only answer I had. Like, I think we're headed towards that because I don't see an answer other than that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I was just thinking like to think of a matchup on that level where both these guys are so talented offensively, and then you get, most of my memories come from Kyrie having the ball and Clay, guarding him. Like you think about
that's what I'm saying.
Their Christmas games
specifically. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
Clay guarding Kyrie, just that part.
Yeah.
Like, do we have that kind of like? Because that Christmas game the next year, Kyrie hits that game winner, that turnaround, insane.
Because he hit. Go ahead.
I don't really have. My only thought is maybe when KD was on the Nets, there's maybe a Giannis KD matchup, but I don't know if Giannis was really guarding KD because of size. But there's also not been a ton of repeating matchups to really get that rivalry.
Since then, there hasn't been.
We don't have this kind of rivalry right now.
Yeah.
These consistent matchups, these rivalries, like you have little versions. Like the Bucks and the Pacers play each other almost every year. They like hate each other, but there's no real rivalry there. There's not like who's guarding Giannis. Nobody. They're just throwing the wall at him. Yeah, I kind of missed that when I was thinking about the NBA today because watching this game, that was just you knew the Warriors and the Cavs are going to play, and Clay is going to guard Kyrie, and it's going to be appointment viewing the whole time. What's going on, Rich?
I'm sitting here thinking, man, I'm just thinking like our last few championships, not necessarily in the championship, but if you think about like, there's not so much anymore, but Devin Booker and Luka, they just don't like each other, and it's fun to see them. It's fun to see them go against each other because it's just so much like tension there. But other than that, man, I'm like, there's nothing on that level, bro. There's just nothing on the level. So I picked.
That's what I'm saying.
I picked that because it's every time they're playing each other. It's like Luka's getting in his yelling bag where he's in his face. You know what Luka does, but it's just like elevated.
Luka's the same way with Rudy Gobert. He hates that dude.
Yeah, right.
But like, you had Clay guarding Kyrie. Before that, you had Tony Allen guarding Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe talked about that too, bro. Staple. That was like, I loved watching. Because Kobe actually had to get in his bag on Tony Allen because Tony Allen wasn't a joke on defense.
Yeah, like the Celtics fan of me wants to talk about Al Horford and Giannis, but nobody thinks about that the way we think about Clay.
Hey, but I put some respect on Al's name though, bro. He be hooping, man.
Oh, don't even get me started on Al Horford and his beautiful eyes. I love that man.
It's the Dominican in him, man.
His beautiful eyes while I'm putting my hair behind my ears.
I'm just gonna go for 10 minutes just talking about Al Horford's looks.
No, I'm not. But that's why I wanted to ask the question. I couldn't think of anyone, and I hope that Wemby Jokic can be that kind of thing. Like Wemby is that kind of defender.
Shea Ant, maybe, in the future?
Shea and Ant is a good one, actually.
I like that.
I think that's probably the closest thing we have because they both can play defense. And Ant is such a dog defensively that I actually think we could see a similar thing with in a series where Ant's just going to take Shea the whole time.
I was going to say him and Luka because the last 2 years he's had a series against Luka.
I think that's the guy. I think it has to be Anthony Edwards because of what he is defensively.
Yeah.
Because we just don't have a guy like that right now. You know, you had KD and Kevin Durant, Draymond guarding KD and Kevin Durant.
Alex,
I'm gonna say,
my bad.
He guarding himself.
I'm tripping. I don't know what I'm talking.
He loved basketball so much. I would be surprised if he had a little twin.
He might, bro. But that's the thing. I just I don't think it exists. And watching this game, it made me miss it
so much
because it was a thing. Like Rich, you're talking about the next year, Kyrie has that game winner over Klay, and it's like this is the matchup. And Klay wins some games, and Kyrie wins some games. But like Klay guarding Kyrie was, you had to watch it. It was just one of the biggest parts of the game. And we don't have that. Maybe there could be like an Amen Thompson Luka thing.
I like Luka being in all these discussions.
Yeah, I know you do, bro. But the thing is, he's just such an offensive savant. I'm trying to think like who is the guy who's just going to be enough of a dog on defense to where it becomes like a real. Oh, that spider's on my face, bro. What is happening?
Return.
I'll let it happen. I saw that for a while.
I didn't even see it.
Are you serious?
He was just chilling.
Know where it's at.
It was on your forehead for so long.
This whole segment has been completely derailed by that spider. Bro,
He turned so red after that.
I'm so scared. That was crazy. What the? Okay.
You get up and do the shake off real quick.
So, one more thing I thought when I was watching this game, and then we're going to go
back. Alex, there's something on your forehead.
Oh my god! I think it's gone now. I think it's gone. Is it?
I think it's in your hair now.
Hunter, no, it's not, dude. Don't say that.
Hey.
Bro, I don't even know how to have a podcast. Oh, that's a bug. That's not even a spider. Bro, what is happening in my room right now? This is insane.
Hey.
The door isn't even open, bro. Like,
you got some Raid? You just like put that on like some cologne right now.
Man, I don't know what I'm about to spray bug spray just to do a podcast. This is insane. Okay, anyway.
You good underneath?
One last thing.
I was crying a little bit. It's too funny.
That's insane.
There was genuinely like 2 minutes. I let it go on. It was crawling on his forehead.
I didn't even see it.
I don't know how to even proceed with the podcast, but we're keeping it all in.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for watching the Trade Machine podcast. I think this is the greatest game of Draymond Green's life, and he's never going to get credit for it.
That's hard, bro, because he had like 4 threes in the first half. Like Draymond. He was knocking them down,
Not only that, he's everywhere defensively. On offense, he is basically playing point guard for them because they're just completely zeroed in on Steph defensively. And so he's cutting, he's hitting shots, he's passing, he's defending, and he had I think he had a 30-piece in this game while guarding LeBron James. Like I don't think he's ever had a game as good as this one, and it's going to get forgotten in history because it was the final game of the biggest collapse in the history of the finals.
Yeah. And even if people do remember it, it's going to be like, well...
I'm still panicking.
I keep feeling like I'm feeling something on my face. I don't know what to even do anymore.
They just do like a little wave every 5 seconds.
But that's what stood out to me was the Draymond performance. I just forgot how good he was when his shot was on. Like this is the one year where Draymond could really shoot the ball, and he lost it. I don't know what happened, but he was so good when his shot was on, and nobody will remember how good he was in this game unless you're like a real basketball nerd like us, and rewatch the games from 10 years ago.
And that was the thing, man.
What stood out to you guys? Yeah.
Well, just how everybody, you think about like just throughout the whole series, like Warriors bench in Game 1 kind of showed their depth. One of my favorite players, Sean Livingston, he was cooking in that game, bro. Mid range savant, bro. Just one of my favorite players ever. But I think if we're just talking about Game 7, it was just how everybody on both teams elevated their game, and was really like nobody really stood out besides the superstars, of course. But it was like everybody did what they were supposed to do, and these days you don't get that as much. You get guys that don't necessarily have the ball in their hands all the time, still producing in their roles, because it's hard in especially Game 7s, whether it's the finals or just playoffs period, to kind of maintain that focus and come through when your numbers call. So that was probably my favorite part about the whole game, just the game overall, is how everybody, you got guys like Richard Jefferson. I'm going to name a lot of cats here: Richard Jefferson, Iman Shumpert, J.R. Smith, who were, in my opinion, probably the most important pieces on the team. Outside of the superstars, obviously, you don't have those teams without LeBron and Kyrie, but I'm talking about just for them to have that depth and for those guys to maintain
bench depth for sure.
Yeah, to maintain that consistency. It was fun to watch it again, man. I had the same. It kind of brought me back to the moment, but like being there in those times, it was just I just loved watching it.
Yeah, Hunter, what stood out to you?
Like you said, how important Richard Jefferson was for that team. I kind of felt, I don't remember him being like the sixth man exactly. I kind of, in my head, I thought he was like the seventh or like eighth. But like, no, he was the main guy off the bench that year. It just, during the game, he made some key plays too at the start of like the second quarter. So
yeah, some of the steals he got early on in the game, kind of insane. I don't think they turned into buckets for the Cavs, so like they kind of went unnoticed. But like he picked, I think it was Clay's pocket once, and I had no idea how he did it.
Richard Jefferson
I'm not sure how he got his hand to the ball.
Richard Jefferson, I think, kind of gets people forget how athletic he used to be, and he kind of like when he went to the Cavs, I was like his at the 6-man level, but that was kind of like his step back into the spotlight as far as like he still has something to give. Like Richard Jefferson has always been that guy, to give you that energy when he's playing with Jason Kidd and he was dunking all the time. If you're not scoring, then people tend to forget about what you're doing. But Richard Jefferson has just always been a good player.
Yeah,
great player.
Like second, third option on the Nets. Extremely just explosive. 3-and-D wing, not really 3 wing, but 2-way wing. And then he has a couple bad years where he's just kind of riding the bench with the Warriors and the Spurs, and him and Pop don't get along, and he doesn't really get much playing time. And then he ends up with the Cavs, and the announcers were talking about this, where he had made a commitment to sign with Dallas in the summer of 2014. And then LeBron said he was going to the Cavs, and Dallas let him back out and go to the Cavs. And the Cavs, his role on the Cavs rejuvenated his career in a million ways, right? Not only his career in basketball, but also set him up for his career after basketball with the podcast and all that other stuff. That's an insane sliding doors moment that he got to. He might have went to Dallas, would have been on a decent Dallas team, at the end of Dirk's years, but they weren't winning anything. And he ended up on the Cavs, extremely important player off the bench. Yeah, Richard Jefferson. The thing that stood out to me, Tristan Thompson was so good in this series.
Mm-hmm.
Very different from the current one.
It's because now that's why watching these games has been so valuable. Like we did the Kobe rewatch, watching old D'Lo, and you'd be like, "Oh my gosh, he used to be able to like drive."
Yeah.
And now he just like kind of sits around on the 3-point line. He'll make a couple passes or whatnot. And I always think like, why did I love this guy so much? That's why. Like that was the potential I saw. Same thing with Tristan Thompson. Now he's like a shell of himself. He's just a vet at the end of the bench. Same like Kevin Love too. And these guys, Tristan Thompson was everywhere. As soon as Bogut was out for the Warriors, he just wreaked havoc as a big man. They had no idea what to do with him on the boards as a cutter with LeBron and Kyrie in the dunker spot. Tristan Thompson was awesome. I think this was Tristan Thompson's peak. This is probably the best he ever played. And Mo Williams was on this team. Crazy.
I didn't remember that. I don't even remember him being on the squad.
Bro,
I only know
crazy.
this because of the stretch. I've seen the stats of the stretch when Kyrie was out, and he was like doing pretty good for that stretch. It was like 10-5.
Yeah, he had a couple moments where I think he had a breakaway,
Might have been better than
layup, where LeBron got a steal, Mo Williams got a little layup.
I'm talking in the season, not in the
season.
game.
I'm talking
Yeah.
in that game specifically.
I don't think he got 10-5 in the finals, Alec.
No.
That would have been fun to watch, though. I miss Mo Williams, man.
And the last thing I want to talk about before we sort of just do our last couple comments and we wrap here. So there's the block, there's the shot. Kevin Love gets a stop. And then essentially to ice the game, LeBron has to make a free throw. Before he made that free throw, he was inches away from one of the most insane posters that would have been in the history of the NBA. And
to
I
ice a game with
wonder
that?
how differently the league would look at that game. I wonder if it would have made the block minimalized a little bit because
That might be more iconic.
yeah, because he almost put Draymond on a poster, and then he falls and hurts his right wrist, gets up, and still hits the free throw to ice the game. Nobody is ever going to remember that, but it was... I knew he didn't make that dunk, and I still almost got out of my chair just watching it on YouTube. And you can see when they were showing the replay, LeBron, he cocks the ball back, and Kevin Love is jumping in the air like a child. Because it would have been one of the most insane posters ever. And then he misses it, goes off the back rim. He gets fouled. He makes one of the free throws. Game's over. But I was just thinking, how differently would we look at the block if he would have hit that shot? Because if he would have had that dunk, I think that would have been it would have taken some of the shine.
Yeah,
From the way we look back at
just because it's what would have happened last, and to seal
and
the
it's
game
a poster
that way.
on Draymond Green
Right.
to seal the finals.
Which
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think it would have like you said, like it would have stupidly kind of minimized the block, but it still would have been that probably would have been like a even further to edge his name even further into history if he got that dug off.
Yeah. It sounds dumb, but I do feel like the conversation for some things would be a little different if it would have been that dunk and not a block. But
Right.
it was one of the most iconic games ever. And we got to rewatch it looking back at the last decade. And I think that there was a lot that I missed, that I forgot in the rewatch. A lot of players that I forgot existed. Mo Williams, Festus Ezeli. All those guys. You know about Festus Ezeli, Hunter. Don't give me that look.
I don't know if I do.
You know about Festus Ezeli.
Festus was hooping.
So it was fun rewatching
a little
it.
bit.
Festus was in there, man. I think Festus played, man. Festus was kind of a dog. And then he ended up going... Where did he end up going afterwards? I don't remember. But those were the things in my notes. This was an awesome game. If it wasn't a Game 7, it probably would have been kind of boring outside of the last 2 minutes. Like, it was 89-89. Not the best basketball to watch. Everybody was super nervous the whole game. But because of the stakes, the level of defense, and those last 2 minutes were so insane, it made for one of the greatest games of all time. Cemented LeBron as one of the greatest players to ever live. And it is his, like, iconic moment. So it was fun to rewatch. Any parting thoughts?
I was just gonna say those last.
Kind of like you.
Go ahead.
Kind of like you said with the boring game. I do kind of remember thinking there's so many just weird turnovers where they would just throw the ball across the court.
Everyone
for no
was
reason.
so stressed.
But I say nerves were high, bro.
Stressed.
And for the game to be as not as fun to watch as some of the high scoring games we get today, I think those last 2 minutes more than made up for that the entirety of the game. It's like you don't even remember if you don't go back and rewatch like those last 2 minutes. I think is what gets most talked about. You know what I mean? Because so much happened, and it felt like so much more than because of the outcome of the game, and just those sequences that went back and forth. It was just. It was still a great game, and it was like something you'll never forget.
The perfect way to end one of the greatest seasons of basketball we're ever going to see.
Yep.
Kobe's last season, unanimous MVP Steph Curry, 73-win Warriors, and then LeBron James on the Mount Rushmore of basketball players comes back from down 3-1. No one's ever done it. No one's done it since in the finals to win.
Really?
Perfect way to cap it off.
Really feels like you don't want to give him a number on where you rank him right now, Alex. Keep avoiding the spot you're putting him at.
He's 1 or 2. I don't know.
You went from one of the greatest to Mount Rushmore to just...
He's top 2.
Really?
He's top 2. I think, for me, I put him in tiers.
He's
I got
1.
Bron. I got MJ. Okay. I got MJ and Bron 1 and 2. I got Kareem in his own tier 3rd. Then I got Magic and Bird in their own tier. And then I got Kobe, Wilt, Tim Duncan, and Bill Russell in their own tier.
So let me fix it for you real quick. I love it. Let me fix. Let me just change a couple things.
Go ahead.
Now, your order is great, but at the top, you may move Kobe from that bottom spot back up to number 1, and then you'll be perfect.
You heard it here.
Don't add me or add me. I'm talking shit.
Mike. We're talking about Kobe. This is all about Kobe. I got him 8. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but
like I said, from a Celtics fan, I'll take it.
Yeah, man.
And I understand.
Look, I got 2 Celtics in my top 10 all time, and I got 3 Lakers. Okay, so I'm not biased.
I'll take it. I'm not mad at you.
It's okay. Hunter Brown's up there. He's 1 or 2. We can have that debate sometime.
Just 1.
You don't even think it's close?
I can say that. He's just 1. He's going to be 41, putting up 25 and 5. And 5.
So LeBron James is clearly better than who?
Michael Jordan.
Okay. All right. We'll see.
All right, guys. That's been this favorite episode.
I'm not scared to say it. LeBron's better. That's all I got.
We'll see. All right.
Hey, but for him to be that age and hooping like he is, bro, come on now. I'm not even mad at you, bro. Because
see, I just think we're sleeping on Marcus.
Then we get flagged for that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to TikTok.
I mean, we'll take it out. Maybe we won't. Who knows? We won't put that on TikTok.
Okay, never mind.
All right. This is the Trade Machine Podcast. Hope you had the time of your life. We did. Go back and watch Game 7. Next week, we're back at it with our 6th Man of the Year player draft.
I'm definitely ahead
for the next season, and it's gonna be fun. So,
before we go,
see y'all.
Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a like. Mm-hmm. Don't forget to comment. Whatever you want to comment. I don't care if you hating. I'm going to talk my shit back. But make sure you leave a like while you hating. Make sure you subscribe while you hating.
Draft.
Mm-hmm. Make sure you leave a like while you hating. Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
At least follow with the hate, man.
Please. We want you here. We want you here.
You can do some more.
Come on. Yeah, you can hate us. Follow us so you can hate us a little bit more. We love the hate watch.
Amen.
Purple Dorito discussion.
Shouts out Purple Doritos, and Tom Brady will never touch Patrick Mahomes on cover.
And Mahomes, that was his first year as a starter. I didn't even get your ad, but you look at it and see
whatever his name was in our TikTok.
That was his first year as a starter. I don't want to hear it. So take that on somewhere.
Yeah, get out of here. All right, y'all. It's Trade Machine Podcast. Deuces.